गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. So we are in the composition written by Adi Shankaracharya and his disciples. We have done almost all Adi Shankaracharya's original verses. I just want to introduce, there are 4 disciples of Adi Shankaracharya, and they were all given these 4 matas of the 4 Indian matas. Now in we have Kanchipuram. No, sir, Kanchipuram is not included in that. It is the Puri, Jagannath Puri, then Shankara Mata in Chikmagalur area. One is in Dwarka, and other is in Badrinath, that Jyotir Mata. So this 4 mata. Kanchipuram is 5th actually. So the first disciple is Padmapada. Am I audible? Once again, I am just checking. Jayantini Madam, Jayant.
Yes, Sachin.
Okay. The 4 disciples are, one of the first is Padmapada. The name Padmapada comes from one day when Adi Shankaracharya was on the bank of rivers, and he called upon a child, a young person. Without a blink, he just walked, and he was so eager to meet Guru. And on the way, when he started walking on the water, lotus leaves started keeping his feet and taking him from the river towards the Guru. That was the power of Guru's blessings, and that's why Padmapada, the first disciple. Second is Hasta Malaikya. He was another young person, very craftsman. Whatever he does it so beautifully, very efficiently, effortlessly. That is why he is called Hasta Malaikya. Amalakya means that amla. So when you carry the amla in the hand, you don't have to put any efforts. That's how he does any work. So he was the second disciple. Third is very interesting, Totakacharya. Totakacharya was a disciple, out of any family also, one person will be considered dumb, literally dumb. No one will give any heed to him. One such disciple who will be cleaning everyone's utensils. He will do all the work for the Shankaracharya, but he was not considered at all a learned student. One day, Adi Shankaracharya was taking class and a lecture, and only 3 were there, 4th was not there. So they were started, why Adi Shankaracharya is not starting the class? He wanted to wait for Totakacharya. But these people were started discussing in tone so that about him. See, anyway, no use of him coming here. He doesn't understand why Shankaracharya is doing like that. This was overheard by Shankaracharya, and suddenly with his powers, when he started coming from the washing area, he started singing rhymes in the names of Guru, and it was so powerful rhymes. So that's why we learned in Bhagavad Gita that Dhyana Shloka, you remember, Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayati Girim. So with the blessings of Guru, Totakacharya started speaking eloquently and even composing rhymes. That is Totakacharya. And finally, Shureshwaracharya. Now Shureshwaracharya, that time there were debates, and Shureshwaracharya's name was Mandana Mishra. If you go and Google it, Mandana Mishra, he debated long, like few days, the debates went on Advaita, Dvaita philosophy, different philosophies. And you see there, lady, she is the wife of Mandana Mishra. After she saw that her husband is losing, because that time the mala, whose mala is getting slowly, it withers off, that person loses the battle, the debate. So she saw that Adi Shankaracharya was winning. So she posed a question which Adi Shankaracharya could not answer because he is a brahmachari. So she came to the rescue of her husband. Adi Shankaracharya left the debate and said, I'll come back. He went into one Grahastha's body, then learned the things, came back again, and had a debate and won the debate. And then Sureshwaracharya was named, from Mandana Mishra, he was named Sureshwaracharya, and he was given a mat. So these are the 4 disciples. Why I want to tell? Because one of this stanza is taken from Totakacharya. Today, Rama Madam is not there. So, okay. Anyway, are you prepared, Madam, or shall I? So it goes Jatilo Mundi Lunjita Keshaha Kashayanbara Bahukruta Veshaha Pashyana Pichana Pashyati Mudaha Udara Nimitta Bahukruta Veshaha. Basically, the people who wear different jata or different vesha, they cut hairs or they keep hair. All these people who are doing are muda if they don't understand the real essence of our teachings, the teachings of Upanishad. All this vesha bhusha is for just getting food, isn't it? If you take any character in life, the vesha bhushas, especially sannyasis, if they don't wear that dress, no one is going to feed them. So what is saying, if they don't understand the essence of what this life is for, then it is all waste. Arundhati, can you just read? Sorry.
Yet others parading in various colors. Indeed, these different disguises or apparels are only for their belief's sake. Seeing the truth revealed before them, still the foolish ones cannot see through these many disguises.
And this stanza is from Totakacharya. So all the four have contributed in this composition of Bachak. Sir, basically this was told for the Pandita. Remember, the first person he saw and he said, "You fool! At this age also you are doing." So what he's trying to say is, whatever this Vesha Bhusha someone is carrying as sannyasis, they're doing all this tapas. If they don't understand the essence of Bhagavad or whatever Upanishad, they don't see through the real understanding. All what this Vesha Bhusha is only for eating food, nothing else. Means for your Sthula Sharira. Your Atma, you are not going to reach. So, just to tell, even in that people, there are what is it? People who can wear sannyasi dress, but they are not sannyasis. Only to just point out how worldly affairs, how things are going on. That's all. Nothing to, not for ourselves. But the sannyasis also, there are people like that. Anga galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vruddho yati gruhitva dandam tadapi namunchatyasha pindam. So here I'll just read. Strength has left the old man's body. His head has become bald, his gums toothless and leaning on crutches. Even then he cannot let go of his attachment, clinging firmly to fruitless hopes and desires. This stanza was by Hastamalakya. See, Adi Shankara started with the Pandit, then he started telling about worldly things. Again, these people are starting with the saints or something and they're coming to worldly things. Now here we all know, as we grow, we gray and we go. But our desires only grows, never are fulfilled and never they come down. So we all know why everyone suffers something like 40s or 50s, you might start having pain in the knee joints. 60s, hearing might be less. 70s, tooth might be just coming off all the tooth. You might require something else for eating. 80s, dementia might come. Okay. But the desires, they are ever growing. That's what the verse says. Your desires and hoping that the desires are going to fulfill is still there, whatever age you are. And the more you age, the more it grows. So be aware of it. God is actually trying to take one faculty from you so that you at least at the end try to feel that God is there or God, nothing else than God is permanent. But we know in nowadays, if the hearing aid is used, we can hear better than from the other room also we can hear well. And if you wear some kind of glasses, the normal TV also look like HD TV. And teeth, what can be said? Everything is possible now. Implants, you can eat hard things. You can crush even maybe metal. That type of teeth are available. But basically, why God takes this from us is the reason is He wants to make you understand these are impermanent. Slowly you are going to perish. Prepare yourself for the last end. This is the meaning of this, sir. Now coming to the second chapter called Sankhya Yoga. Today I want to explain Sankhya because this word Sankhya Yoga we are now understood. But what is Sankhya? Sankhya means Sankhyam or number, numerical. Now why this number is important? This derived from first Prakriti. You know that it is entire universe was formed. That is first. The principle making Prakriti is, we know, consciousness, God. God himself has made the entire Brahmaji, then Brahmaji made Prakriti. Buddhi, the intelligence is second. God we should take out, Mahat we should take out. First is Prakriti, universe. And then Buddhi, Ahamkara, our ego. Manas, our physical mind. Then the five Panchendriyas. The five Panchendriyas, the five Karmendriyas, and five Tanmatras, subtle elements. And five gross elements. Now we go reverse. Anything to be made, we require substance. That is five gross: water, earth, fire, space, and air. Five gross elements that become subtle, or they make a panchi karanam, they form the things. Then 5 plus 5, 10. Then five Panchendriyas, sorry, Karma Indriyas, we have to walk, right? We have to talk. So all these things has to work. Five things. All these things has to start walking, talking, interacting with the world. So Karma Indriyas. Karma means interaction. So it becomes 15. Then five Jnana Indriyas also. Intellectual, higher intellectual functions. That becomes 20. Then Manas, Ahamkara, Buddhi becomes 23. And entire this is in the universe, 24. And you add one more thing, some people add it or not, but one is, you should not forget the base or the root is Bhagwan himself, 25. And entire Sankhya Yoga, this entire Sankhya philosophy depends upon this, that whatever we discuss in Upanishad is about this, how the universe is made, how the individual is from the universe, how he's different from the basic principle of creation. All this is talked in Sankhya philosophy. And it is a very difficult, very dry philosophy. If you go to 12th chapter Bhakti Yoga, it is very juicy. If you go to 11th chapter, very interesting. 10th chapter Vibhuti Yoga, how to see God in different things, how to see God in mountain, how to see God in snake, how to see God in rivers. That is very interesting. But Sankhya philosophy, that's why most of the people after second chapter, either they understand or they leave. But I request you, just be with us. Third chapter, fourth chapter, we will do. We are already in mid of second chapter.
So,
Yes.
previous slide. Yeah, rather the Tamil, what he tried to say with this.
Not understandable. You can do.
But overall, will you explain again everything? Or-
Yes, I will. This is just, no. Just remember 24 items or 24 things. We have done in gross body, you remember? Gross body, subtle body. Confused. Okay. See, gross body, which is you are and I am seeing each other. Okay. That is gross, which we can feel, touch, smell, everything. That is made up of five gross elements. Pancha Bhutas. Okay. But there is something like physiology. Okay. Biochemistry. But that you cannot feel and touch and see, no? But that is made up of, again, 17 elements. Pancha Karma Indriya, Pancha Jnana Indriya, Pancha Karma Indriya, Jnana Indriya, Pancha Prana, and Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta. 4. So 15, and 4, 19 actually. 19 and 5 is 24. Correct. This is what it's telling, nothing else. But when we say in our language, we know only human body, right? Human external body. Sankhya philosophy tells about everything. The gross body, the subtle body, and the Karana Sharira, subtlest one. Also, the awake, three states of awareness. One is awake, dream, and deep sleep. Basically, it wants to negate all this anatma, until only available is Atma. The only reality is Atma. All other thing is anatma. So that the terminology is Sankhya philosophy. There are many more philosophy like Shunyavada. Buddhism believes in nothingness. Be nothing means silence. But Zoroastrianism is there, Jainism is there, So all such philosophy, one such philosophy is Sankhya philosophy. And that's why the name Sankhya comes, because we are discussing with Atma, Anatma about in this chapter. That's why the term is Sankhya. We'll do it again. Don't. Yes.
And this chapter is teaching about these things.
Yes. That's why the Sankhya name has come. Correct.
We learn
Yes. But that's why those who come for Bhagavad Gita, we have to read Tattva Bodha. That's why I took first gross body, subtle body. Only two texts I have given to you. One is Tattva Bodha and one is Bhagavad Gita. So when the Acharyas, generally we are not paramparik, no, we are not doing it every day. Those who do it, they start Tattva Bodha, then they come to Bhagavad Gita. But I will take it again. I'll take gross body once again, subtle body once again. The philosophy of karmas, prarabdha karma, sanchita karma. Agami sir had nicely told, he was very elaborate in that. What is prarabdha, what is sanchita, what is Atma. Today also I will explain. So all this is discussed in Atma, Anatma, Viveka. Okay? Yeah, you can tell.
சில திங்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காருங்க இதெல்லாம் தான் இந்த சாப்டர்ல டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றாங்கன்னு சொல்றேன் நம்மளுக்கு அது புரிஞ்சா போதும் just introducing the terms. Okay.
Correct. This we have already done, but it was very beginning. I will do it again. That is in Tattva Bodha.
பார்க்கிறது வெறும் பாடி இதுக்குள்ள என்ன இருக்குது அதோட டேர்ம்ஸ் மட்டும் சொல்றாரு சார் ஒரு டேர்மா நம்மளுக்கு
We'll wait because it is going to come now. Atma only is over. Atma was very small, no, actually. Anatma is big. Don't you think so?
So all this is Anatma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. If we come to the climax directly of a movie, who will see the movie? There should be a trailer. There should be a teaser. There should be, then there should be some, controversy. So this is called as different way of teaching. Adhyaropa apavada nyaya. I am not want to introduce these words, but I don't have any other words in English. So first you give things which are not there. Like you tell, this is not Atma, this is not Atma. Then you will ask, where is Atma? Yeah, nothing else. What is not seen, heard, that is not Atma. So it is Adhyaropa apavada nyaya. I ate mango. How do you say I ate mango? By seeing that there is the skin of mango is there, you know that I ate mango, right? That's how. Telling that Anatma, this is not Atma. So you know what is Anatma. Then you differentiate between Atma and Anatma, and then you have to focus only on the Atma within you. Okay? I think it's easy. I am making it difficult, I think. Yeah. No, I wanted to tell Sankhya because we are doing Sankhya Yoga. After the class this is over, we will not know what is Sankhya Yoga. Just remember 24 or 25 elements is Sankhya. Sankhya means number. Why this number has come? Just wanted to introduce. Now, can someone tell me what is Atma? I'm not showing this slide. Just, it is not the part, product, or property of the body. Then what is it? It is still, it enlivens through the body. Enlivens through the body. But it exists before, in and after the body is perishes. Correct? And also, whatever the body goes through, that experiences, it doesn't get affected. It is independent entity, living or not living. It is independent entity from that body. Correct? Is it? Yeah. Okay. So Atma, can we read, madam? You read.
It's not a part, product, or property of the body. It elements the body and makes it
Sentient.
sentient. It's independent and doesn't get affected due to experiences of the body. Continues to exist even after the body dies.
Correct. For people, Jayan, I'll just explain with the example. Can you, anyone example of the hand and light? Can you tell? Try.
Motion and tide.
Correct. But
Cinema, screen and picture.
yes, so we'll come to that then. We'll come to that. So, sir, you can explain this. No, there are some people who have joined new. That's why I want. It will be a rehearsal for us.
Tides are coming. Without motion, it cannot. But it is independent. If you go inside, motion will be. Yeah, that is the Atma.
Yes.
These things are.
Yes.
This will come. Will be dead.
Correct. So, if you see the perspective of water, then there is no ocean also and no tides also and nothing. If you see in the perspective of waves, there is a small wave, big wave, medium, large, tsunami, and there is a ocean and there is water. So the only perspective you have to change, you have to see through the higher self consciousness. When you see that, every role you are playing in daily life is going to be just a role play. You will play 100%, but you will not get affected through it. That is what is the few shlokas were saying. Then sarvam ena sarvam idam tatam. There was one more verse. So the first was Atma nityaha. It's eternal. Okay, Bhishma comes and goes, Drona comes and goes. It is, Atma is going to be there. The Bhishma Atma, Drona Atma is going to be there. It cannot be killed. Ena sarvam idam tatam. Now how? Some question is there. Sankhya, these 24, 25 elements are considered or explained. Is it so? No, we will explain it again. I think it is a very heavy thing. We'll explain again. Ena sarvam idam tatam. This means Atma sarvagataha. Like the space in the pot exists and the space outside the pot exists. And it is one and the same. Just the medium which carries it makes it, it is there. But once that medium is gone, it is there before, it was there, nothing has changed. For only the pot has gone. So Atma, one more corollary is, when it doesn't change, it remains same. It never fade. It is Satyaha. That which is going to be always there, never changing, is Satya. Anything which is having limitation, like a medicine is born, date of, manufacturing and expiry. So that is Mithya. Like penicillin was the drug of choice for everything and anything in 1960s, sir, 70s. But today, if you give penicillin, means you will say, oh my God, you want to kill the patient. There are so many cancer drugs which have become obsolete. They were once of a time, that was the only drug which, so now we can say that is Mithya. Even the best of the best personality you take, it becomes Mithya. It just goes away. So, Atma is only Satya, Anatma is Mithya. Am I clear here? Jayantini madam, Jayant, just be with the words and be with the explanation. Can I go ahead?
Yep, yes.
Okay, thanks. Now, one more terminology was there, Akarta, Abhokta. I think the verse 2.16. Okay? Na hanyate hanyamane shariraha. Before madam's verse. Hanyate hanyamane. The Atma doesn't kill. Also, it doesn't instigate anyone to kill. See, someone is doing robbery. That person is definitely a thief or he is punishable. The person who made him do the robbery is equally or higher punishable than the person. Right? So, he is, Krishna is so clever, he has even removed that part also. Some clever people will say, oh, Atma is not killing, but because of Atma only it is getting killed. Something like that, people will come out. But he is saying even he doesn't instigate to kill. It is all about killing because of war. Or if you say in our daily life, I am having this problem, that problem because of Atma. No, Atma is not doing any problem. Atma is there like a space. We are carrying things into the space. It is because of our Purva Janma, Papa, Punya, and whatever phalam we got. Just like the movie is playing on the screen, our projector is shown. Whatever we write, colors, it all is only limited to this movie, not the screen. Screen is blank. Atma is not doing anything, neither getting killed, neither asking to kill. So one who knows this is called Vedaha. One we know Veda. Veda means our scriptures. But here one who is understood this Veda is called Vedaha, the wise person. He knows that I am not the matter principle. I am not the constant changing one. I am the all pervading Atma and I am the eternal Atma. I am none other than Atma. This is the claim we have to do. See, we have to start claiming that I am that Atma. Aham Brahma Asmi. So all these four matas, they have four Mahavakyas. Everyone says, you are that. That means what? That higher principle consciousness or Atma, who is never, he is always eternal, he is Satyam, he is all pervading, he is not doing anything, neither he is getting any phalam for it. Akarta abhokta. So this proclamation should be done. Otherwise, what will happen? Yeah, just like the iceberg, which thinks he just separated from the Atma, he thinks I am the iceberg, I am the only ice in that ocean. Finally, what happens with him? He may be very biggest ice. He dissolves one day without his understanding. With understanding, if you dissolve, that is Jivan Mukti or Mokshaha. Without understanding, you get dissolved. What will happen? Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Mananam. Correct? So this cycle will start for us. And then we have to go through all that problems. So are we okay till there? What is Atma? What is Anatma? How to disidentify ourselves from Anatma? Very difficult because till today or till whatever graduation, we were only doing for worldly things. Suddenly someone says take a U-turn and that U-turn is so acute and go inside. The target is we, the arrow is us, and the person who is setting the arrow and the archer also myself. So there is nothing outside. It is all within ourselves. Very difficult, but if you go slowly, consolidatedly, we will come to that understanding. So today we start with Jayant. I'm just asking again and again because is it slow or is it very fast?
No, the pace is good.
Okay, thanks. And why I'm asking is because I can go even slower. But we all already have gone through these few verses. Sankhya philosophy was discussed here. And Arjuna's problem was that he was confused. The first chapter we did, it was confusion of Arjuna and confusion of all of us. Whenever there is our day-to-day life is only war-like situations. We face so many difficult situations. It's like war. War outside as well as within us. The mind is totally always, should I do that or should I not do it? That's why Krishna says in three ways. He says first philosophically, that is Adhyatmic way, from 13th verse to 12th verse to 25th verse. Then he says in the other ways, Adhyatmic, philosophical, what was that? Worldly, Dharmic. No, Adhyatmic is Dharmic. Yeah, ethical way. The second way he will teach us is ethical, the Dharmic angle. What a human being has to do. When duties are there, a child has to study. Adult who is taking care of the house, Grahastha, has to take care of his family, protect his family, whatever it may come. And finally he says, Laukika angle, worldly angle, materialistic angle, that if you win a war, you are going to get all the benefits of winning the war. So in three angles, Krishna is explaining Arjuna, and all these three angles are for us. not just Arjuna. We are all Arjuna, the student of Krishna. Rama madam is not logged. Okay. Madam, you will chant. Vasamsi jirnani yata vyaya navani gruhanti taroparani tata sharirani vyaya jirnanya anyani sanyati navani dehi.
Just Paravithaya, a person kills her. Virnani vasamsi, worn of glass, Virnati, and puts on, Aparani Navani, other new ones. Tata, so also, Dehi Vikaya, this Atma gives her. Virnani Sarirani, worn of bodies, Samyati, and attains into Anyani Navani, other new ones. Just as a person gives up worn out clothes and puts on other new ones, so also this Atma gives up worn out bodies and attains into other new ones.
Simple, no? You want to explain some?
How it occurs. So at the time of death, Stula Sariram goes away. That is, our body will go away. Sukshma Sariram, Karna Sariram, Karna Sariram, Karna Sariram, and Atma will continue. But Sukshma Sariram travels according to the law of karma. Depending on the punya and papam, will get a new body. So Dehi's Atma is all pervading and remains. Like when you change a dress, we exist actually. Before changing also, at the time of also changing, we will not be seen outside. We will do it separate room without.
Yeah, changing room.
Time also body exists.
Body was there, it will be there. Atma. Body, yes.
Not same. Like that. We have wardrobe. God is having wardrobe with all types of clothes. When you do punyam, more punyam, you will take
higher loka.
And if you do papa, lower.
You go to lower.
Again, will.
Yes, yes.
So, like it.
So what we have decided now? Good. That is important. I thought you will say we want to take a higher loka janma, or we want to change the entire wardrobe. Because see, God has given you entire thing. He can give a pig skin, I mean the body, or a butterfly, or a very small insect which just gets born in the day, like daycare, admission, morning, afternoon surgery, over. That is how one day also you will give. Or earthworms. You imagine earthworms. They have to stay all the time below the earth. And if they come up, one small crow or something will come and pick them up.
Patients there's also to know that Atma only no. Ultimate goal.
Did you get online people? That is a very good question. Madam says, did you hear that?
No, we can't hear the things in the room.
Okay.
Clearly.
We were discussing about how Atma changes the bodies, and depending upon the Purva karma or this karmas, the next body you will get. Like we change different clothes from the wardrobe,
right,
on the occasion, but the body remains there, right? Before the changing the clothes and after.
Right.
Atma also is same. And then we were discussing what have you decided now after understanding. So madam says we don't want any cloth, any body. We just want to get liberated. Okay. Now this understanding is called moksha. But madam's was funnily, she made a joke that even I was giving an example of patient. Like we'll get a daycare patient morning admission, afternoon surgery, and then goes home. Like that also we get bodies. We can get a small firefly, which gets birth in the morning, afternoon it procreates, and evening it dies. But we have to decide whether we want different bodies or we just have to get liberated. The discussion was Even the patient also has to understand, no, he has to know what is Atma. If any mistakes happen, that patient has to understand it is not that the doctor has done, his Atma is pure. This question I also had. And I went to my guru, especially when you have. Huh? No. I will come to the other. No. We will not. That basically not take. We are taking in a joking way. I'll tell a story what my guru told me, because this happens to me. It occurred to me, sir. I am driving very nicely, but this fellow is coming straight head on and he's honking, or I am standing in a queue and this person overtakes. This is very, very bad for me. Even our management should understand. Everything is inflation is going on. I will ask this question to my guru. Inflation is going on. They're taking taxes. They're cutting before and 30%, and their income is not high. All this, they should understand, sir. You take classes for them. This is what I told my guru. Guru calmly said, Sachin, one story I will tell you. That story I'm telling you. One person was there. He was thinking he's always a small worm, creature. And one that crows are going to pick him up anytime. And this went day, night. He was so obsessed. He doesn't even go out because he thinks crow will pick him up, because he's thinking he's a creature. He goes to a psychiatrist finally. Psychiatrist like our Atma and Atma, he tells so many philosophies and tells, see, now I proven you. See, you are like me. Your hands, your nose. You see in the mirror, you are a human being, not a creature. You are not that insect. Oh, yes, I understood. He says, I understood, sir, after so much discussion. I am not the creature, I am the human being. And he walks away outside. Immediately runs and comes back. Because as soon as he went out, there was a crow. Kaka, he was telling. He comes back and says, see, you told me all these things. I know now I understood I am not the creature. Does the crow know that I am not the creature? You understand the subtle thing about this? No. All this understanding is only for yourself. Crow, people who are not understanding are crows. Now, if you cannot interact in the outer world with this understanding, then we are like that creature. We'll always think, oh, he's hurting me. That role I cannot play properly. So you will be you have to live with this understanding in the outer world, change within. Suddenly you cannot see people changing around you. If you try to change anyone, you are lost the battle. So the story was given to me and I'm giving to you, because from today we have to understand Vedanta is not to change society, others. Even Krishna first changed his destiny by coming out of the prison. Then he made his parents happy, both. He sent his parents somewhere, original, and the other parents adopted when he went to them. Then he did all the Leela, they made their parents happy. Then society made happy. And then he became Jagat Guru. Did he become a Jagat Guru initially? No. Same way, get the understanding to change yourself. And you will see as the changes happen within you, society automatically changes. What do you think? If you start reverse way, I have no reaction, only response. No reaction. If we give reaction, over. Then equal and opposite reaction will come to us. Response will get response, isn't it? Okay. So this was a very good question that everyone should understand. They should go to Bhagavad Gita. No way. They will not go. In fact, they will question your Bhagavad Gita understanding. Let them question.
I met someone and that person was talking about someone else whom I interact with, and I found it very difficult when she was complaining. I was very upset. I am not involved. Both are people I know. One person was complaining about the other. It upset me very badly. I actually went and called her and I spoke to her. So I can't change them. It doesn't affect me in any way, but still I got upset. So how do I handle it?
So you should know that, no? Buddha says, watch your thoughts because they become your word. Watch your... No, but still. So that time you have the choice. When she started talking, stop her. You should nip the flower in its bud stage. So you had a choice. Either you get out from there by some political, you should be good and say, I had this work and go away, or say we don't talk about this. That choice you had, which we went next. So when someone says something, that word will come to you, then it upsets. So we have to nip it in the bud stage. Any negative action should be nipped. Any negative thoughts, forget about action. No need. No need. You cannot know. The third party is not there. We cannot help. Whatever. This is a natural thing for a human being who has not understood. He will be always having these 5 enemies: jealousy, hatred, greed, and this creates all the anger. This creates problem. So fantastic, but then it should not affect you. Does the CCTV camera get affected with whatever happening here? You should be a CCTV camera. Suddenly you become a CCTV camera. You are recording, you are displaying. If someone asks, you can also replay it if you want, but don't get affected. Can you be like that? If you can't, switch off the CCTV camera. So that will come with practice. No, you should see. Her problem was 2 people talking. You should have desires which are dharmic, which is having one dharmic way. See, no. So I told that the 4 Ds. Sorry, we are discussing about whether we should have desires or not. Then, like anything creates with desire only. So desires, only one desire is permitted. That day we discussed 4 Ds: discipline, discrimination, dispassion, desire. What is that one desire? Yes.
Okay.
That is the only desire for a human being. But because of we are getting this body, we are playing a role of mother or doctor, grandmother, we'll have some kind of desires which should not be very attached desire. It fulfills okay, doesn't fulfill also okay. I'm playing a role of grandma. My grandchild, when with me, he should grow. You should not think about even after I die, that child will be like this. Or before he is getting in the school, you are thinking about college. That is not right desire. Today I am there. In front of me, my child is there. I have to feed him. I am feeding. That's it. When I am back to my work, I'm a doctor. What happens there, happens there. I am here. If I can leave this place and go, I will go. If I can't leave, afterwards I'll go. Because this is where that multiplies. So, 4D. So I only told about desires. She asked me desires, I told desires. But discipline, dispassion, then discipline, dispassion, discrimination. Very important. See, what I can change, I will change. But what I can't change, if I try to do that, problem happens, right? We will only suffer. And discrimination between these two, Atma and Anatma. Drik, Drishya. If I can be observer and something is happening in front of me, I can't get affected. That discrimination you should have. And that will come with practice, and that will come with Guru's blessings and our understanding learning. Because these 4 Ds are very important. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha is the first criteria to become a student of spirituality. Spirituality will not just come like that. We might do 100 hours of this, but if you don't have this sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha, we should have these 4 Ds with us. So discipline, discrimination, dispassion, desires. And desire is only one. The legitimate desire is moksha. That is the only goal actually human beings should have. But because you have taken a role of we have to interact. So Swamiji says, or Sir says, Karnataka. I am from Karnataka. So you do Nataka. You are playing a role, do it and go it. Like a small boy comes to you, his balloon you have given, he's playing, it bursts. What do? You say, oh, you're crying, don't cry, baby. I'll get a new, bigger balloon to you. You played a role, right? Everywhere you play the same role. That day we played a role, no, madam. He was crying, the patient was crying and all. We said, yeah, your problem is the biggest problem. We will try to solve by this way. How can we go forward? That is how we have to do. Okay? So Atma could not travel. That's what was discussion also. So all this happens with Anatma. What happens to Atma then? Atma is Nitya, Shuddha. So after death, where does the Atma go? Yes. If we answer it, it goes from this loka to that loka, you are wrong. Atma is space. It doesn't have to travel from one pot to other pot. It is there, eternal, sarvagata. What goes is like your SIM card, the body changes, SIM card remains same, but the content in that, which is stored in some Google or something, which comes back because of your sanchita karma, it is coming back. The contacts come back. That will come. It may depend upon where you are, which network you are, higher loka, lower loka. Okay. So SIM card remains same, Atma remains same. It doesn't have to go. Only body changes. Depending upon Papa Punya, which you have done last, what messages you have put, WhatsApp, what contacts, it will come back. Correct? Shall we stop here? Because I think 8 o'clock already. We will take some questions. We will do the bhajan and sirs. Yeah, 8 already, madam. We started 10 minutes late. But this is okay. This, I'm telling you, if you do 3 years also, only second chapter is okay. We're already in 23rd verse. We will take the next verse, next class. We'll finish the class by Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So today's take-home message is, we are both Atma, Anatma mixture. And what we wrongly identify is with Anatma, not with Atma, which is there with you always. Can we say that I am not there with Atma for 1 second or millisecond? Not possible. The consciousness which makes you sentient, if it goes for a millisecond also, you have gone. So we are always together. Only thing is, our 5 senses takes our self, the body, mind, away from Atma always. The training here will be, you go within. That's why meditation or listening to scriptures, following it regularly will help to dissociate from the outer world and enter deep within the inner world where Atma is. Okay.